We're jumping straight into Thorchain, and one thing you can see on Rune is we've got this pattern that we're playing in now. This is a bull pennant. You can see we've had one rejection. That was the top. Second rejection. You get a 1, 2, 3 fake out. It happens time and time again. We talk about on the channel. Fake out, back down to this support base. Now we're struggling at $1.20, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video, because once you break out of this move, the short-term technical trading increase, as far as percentage is concerned, is 77%. So that's a 77% move just to the top of this pennant. The $1.20 is a significant area that we do need to talk about. I'm going to add some technical indicators on the charts. We're going to add in the biggest area of traded volume to show where the biggest obstruction is, where that ceiling is that we need to bang before we can break through. And once we do break through there's going to be little resistance all the way to the top of this wedge and beyond. And we're going to start with the significance of this trading pattern before we get into any technical indicators, before we add in the biggest area of traded volume. We need to understand exactly what we're playing with, because it's a game of probabilities, whether it's Rune, whether it's any other altcoin. So firstly, we're going to look at this range. How long have we been in this range? We can measure that all the way from the top here to where price action currently is. 133. So that's 133 days that we've been in this range. What's happened within the 133 days? Stick this over here. What has happened in 133 days is we topped out here, then we got a rejection. So we topped out there, we got a rejection. We had a second move here, had a third move here. What about the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4. So within this big time frame, this pennant has been respected. We're waiting to find out who's got momentum, the bulls or the bears, and we're getting close towards the edge of this apex here. So the aim of the game in the short term is to break out to the upside. That's what we're looking for. But we have got a big barrier to overcome. We're going to add in the volume now. What we're going to do is go back in time, and we're going to look for the bear market low. So here's the bear market low. That's 15th of June, 2023. We're going to add in the biggest area of traded volume all the way from here, all the way to the top, including where price action is now. And you can see that this is the biggest area of traded volume. Now, have we been able to break this, or have we had resistance points in the past where we've struggled to break through? We can look. Remember, clues look left, rejection, rejection. So you've got rejection points. My bad. You've got rejection points at these levels here. We understand that this is rejection, this is rejection. That level that we need to overcome in the short term, $1.47. So once we break $1.47, then we can expect the acceleration all the way to the top here. Stick that in. $2.14. So this is just short-term price action. This is just short-term price action. What we're looking for is enough momentum to be able to break through the ceiling. How are we going to understand if we've got enough momentum? This is where we bring in the indicators. Remember, above 50 on the RSI, you're bullish. Below 50, you're bearish. This is the 50 level. Stick that in. That's going to give us an indication once we break above there, once we hold above there, and once we hold the 50 level as confirmation, something like this. We're expected to flip bullish and have enough momentum to push through on the RSI to higher levels. So that's the first thing. That's going to be the first indication. The second one, stochastic. Have we got enough momentum? We're still pushing up, we're still pushing up, we're still pushing up. These things can hover at the top for a long period of time. So we've got enough momentum on the stochastic. So we understand in the short term what needs to happen. We need to break through this barrier. We need to take through this lower high. We need to take back $1.36. If we just stick that in there, that's going to give us enough momentum to go knock on this ceiling for the first time. And that's what we're looking for. Once you break above here and hold this as support, then you can expect the acceleration. So that's what you're looking for. This is confirmation. This at the moment is rejection. So expect resistance. If you do get a breakout, a pullback, holding this area as confirmation, and then banging on the ceiling again. The more times that you bang on the ceiling, the more times you bang on the ceiling, the more chance you've got of breaking through. And that's what we're waiting to do here on Thorchain. So that's my projections in the short term. What about the longer term projections? We've got up here, guys, you can see big resistance points up here. Remember, the more touches, the more sticking points, the more chances that you've got a reaction or having a reaction in the future. So we can see here $4.08, around about the $4 range. See, we've got a big reaction there previously in the past here. Get it up here, here, here. As you can see, there was the final rejection there. Right, okay, so we're going to monitor this going forward. Are we going to get a breakout in Thorchain, or are we just going to get a pullback before we've got enough momentum to break through? And then we've got the big barrier here, $1.47. We've got $1.36, which will take out the lower high, show that we've got enough momentum to bash on the ceiling for the first time, come back, hold the higher low, and then smash through the next time. So there's a couple of scenarios there for you on Rune, on Thorchain. It's something that I like. It's something that I'm looking at, but I do want them conditions to be met before I start entering into the market. And remember, none of it is financial advice. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next, and I'll see you in the next one.